Welcome everybody to the Cinematic Inquisition. My name is Tyler Hoskin, and with me in the studio HQ under construction, as you can see behind me.
I was gonna say the flags are gone and there's just a
Flags
big mess.
gone, and it's just a mess back there. I am doing the ceiling. Upgrade.
Ooh.
In studio with me is Mark Bunn.
Hey.
And over in Studio B is Chris Taylor.
What is up?
Well, this side of the studio is still perfectly fine.
That side
yeah.
looks great. The Mark side looks good.
This studio setup will probably last another 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And then it will move.
Where's it going?
Mobile.
Yeah, it's going to the other side of the basement.
Oh, okay. So like when you come down the stairs?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I've got to rip down the ceiling that's up here.
Right. Oh, and then are you going to move back to this spot after?
Probably not.
Okay.
After this whole ceiling debacle is done and everything reno-wise is complete in this house,
Yeah.
we're moving.
You're moving. Oh, like moving.
Moving.
Like buying a new house moving.
Like buying a new house. So
Cool. I'm gonna move in with you.
All right.
Because that'll get me away from this thing.
Yeah.
For those who are
little
listening,
baby.
there's a baby in my lap.
We've got a 4-month-old puppy
Well,
that's to eat your face off.
that's okay.
I walked through the door and it was just all over me.
This baby wants to like just touch every button he sees, and guess what? There's lots of buttons around.
Well, he likes buttons. That's probably a good sign.
Maybe he'll be a nerd.
Maybe he'll be I don't know if there's a maybe that needs to be thrown in there.
Yeah, if you look at my older kids, there's really no chance of him not being a nerd.
Look at his parents.
Oh well,
He rebels and says, "You know what? No."
no, I'm gonna be a jock. I'm
Yeah.
gonna play sports, and I'm like, that's cool too.
And I'm going to be good at them.
I like sports. I don't care who knows.
$dollars. All right. Let's go to our box office challenge for the week.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's do that.
Excited.
Because he knows the numbers already.
Uh,
Last week, we all picked Zootopia.
Yes, we
Yeah.
did.
That would be myself, Mark, and Chris that were on the podcast last week.
I have heard that this movie is very good.
I have heard it is very good as well. Mark, you went with 35.3. Chris, you went 66.244. And I went 88.728. To the numbers.
To the numbers.
Coming in at number 5, which was number 2 last week,
Yep.
Gods of Egypt. It made $5 million this weekend.
oh.
Wow.
Yeah, not doing too hot.
Wow.
It is sitting at $22.8 million.
Yeah.
Gross. Total. That's a $140 million budget movie.
That's crazy.
Egypt.
How did this movie get made? Seriously. Who
Seriously.
said let's spend $140 million on this?
I don't know.
Because all those other biblical epic movies did well.
Right.
Yeah, sarcastically.
Yeah.
Right.
There is no number for Egypt.
Egypt.
In Brazil, it made $2 million this weekend.
There you go.
Well,
That's total gross. $2 million.
on a side note, did you hear about the Egyptian prime minister? How he says you shouldn't be listening to anyone. You should only listen to me.
Well, yeah.
Does he know Donald Trump?
I have no idea. But maybe he told people not to watch this movie. I don't know.
Maybe they're best friends, I think, maybe. Anyway, number 4. This is not a political podcast.
No.
Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, which opened this weekend, made $7.6 million. Which is not bad. $35 million budget. So not too shabby. Number 3, being knocked out of its number 1 spot, is Deadpool. It made $16.4 million this weekend.
Oop.
And it has made $311 million domestically, which is crazy. It's made 673 $8.2 million worldwide.
Wow.
That's amazing. It is knocking on the door for the top rated R movie of all time.
What's ahead of it?
Currently, American Sniper with 350 and Passion of the Christ with 370. Are you having fun over there?
Uh-oh. Baby exchange.
Amazing. Too funny. So you know what? With Deadpool being out for its 4th week, I'm gonna say that it's gonna make another 60 million.
At the domestically?
Yes.
Well, if we keep its theater count up, I mean, what's it at right now?
Theater count is currently at 3,600. It lost 232
Okay.
this past
Yeah, it's
weekend.
not slowing down at all.
No.
It made more in this week than Gods of Egypt opened with last week.
Yeah, sure did. And it's Gods of Egypt made $1,600 a theater, and Deadpool made $4,500 a
Okay, yeah.
theater. So that's pretty good, guys. Number 2, London Has Fallen, which made $21.7 million. I am shocked of how much that movie made. I am shocked. Budget of 60 million. So that's not bad. It's not a bad opening weekend for London Has Fallen. Let's save the American president in London, guys. How can we make that happen? What are we gonna do next? What's the next major? So we've done the Olympus Has Fallen, or whatever movie it was obviously in America, and then London Has Fallen, Britain,
Well, the next world power would be China then.
world power. So we're going to Beijing Has Fallen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the Great Wall is.
Or the Great Wall
Yeah.
is falling.
Yeah.
Oh my! See, there we go.
There, I've already done it.
Trilogy complete. Oh,
The World
God.
Power trilogy.
Yeah. Number 1, Chris is not here to gloat, so let's get through this quick. Zootopia was $73.7 million. Average per theater, $19,000. $19,200. Crazy. So I would like to see this Zootopia business. So it's pretty good. It doesn't have a budget here for it, but
I would imagine it's so expensive. It's an animated film, right?
yeah, it's probably a couple $100 million.
And he's back.
And he's back. Back. We just announced the number 1 movie there.
Oh,
Chris.
and what was it?
It was Zootopia.
And what did it make?
$73 million.
Oh, who won?
I believe that's you. Hands are in the air, pumping it.
Yeah.
It's like he's milking a cow.
No.
Yeah, well,
That's not how you do it.
How do you do it?
I'm pretty sure that's not. I've seen movies, and that's not how they do it in the movies.
that's not how you do it?
No.
You're sure?
I'm like 45% sure.
Well, okay, 45. I'll take that. That's fine.
That's a random arbitrary number. Okay.
I like it, though. I like it. All right, so Zootopia, number 1. Congrats, Chris, on your win.
Yeah. Because I'm awesome.
Everything is awesome.
Also that.
I have to watch that movie.
Oh, you haven't seen the Lego movie?
It's on Netflix.
Hey, you have no excuse now.
You have no excuse. Everything is awesome. That song will be stuck in your head for days. Trust.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, I won
What'd you win?
a coffee. Damn it.
Oh, you could win again.
Yes, I can.
See?
Take that, Tay.
I have not bought the rim cup this year.
This year.
Nope.
What have you been drinking then in the morning?
I go to work and there's free coffee. So pay $2 for a large coffee or drink the stuff at work. I choose to drink the stuff at work. All right, moving on. Next weekend in the theater, March 11th, 10 Cloverfield Lane. The Brothers Grimsby.
Oh. It looks fucking awful, let's be honest.
It does look pretty awful. And then a couple limited releases. The Perfect Match, The Young Messiah, and Remember are all coming out. But the two big ones are 10 Cloverfield Lane and The Brothers Grimsby. So if you don't, so 10 Cloverfield Lane is the sequel to Cloverfield.
The not quite sequel to
The not
Cloverfield.
quite sequel.
Spiritual successor.
Yeah, it's I don't know how to describe this really. Anyway, produced by JJ, John Goodman's in it. Should be good. It is rated PG-13.
Directed by Dan Trachtenberg, who used to do a podcast that I used to listen to. But he also directed, I don't know if you remember, there was a Portal short film probably like 5 or 6 years ago. It was just like an internet short, and
like
it was
a video game.
Yes, like Portal the video game, and it was spectacular. So I have pretty high hopes for this movie. I think it's actually going to be pretty good. So
all right.
Well, I think Goodman likes to pick his roles, and I think he's careful with what he does, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean,
At this stage of his career, you can't be doing crap, right? At this point, you want to do stuff that interests you.
Or you could just be Nicolas Cage and do crap.
But he was in Red State.
Was
actually he was one of the good parts of Red State. Red State wasn't great, no. But he was okay in it.
Right. Fair enough. All right. So The Brothers Grimsby, if you don't know, is a Sacha Baron Cohen film. He's doing another
character.
Yeah, that's the word. So it is his brother. His brother is a spy. Is that what it is?
Yes.
And he kind of joins him on the trip, and
his brother is the dude who played Merlin in The Kingsman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mark Strong.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's the dude.
Rebel Wilson is in it. Ian McShane. So
Ian McShane.
Oh, we've got stuff to talk about him later, I'm sure. On a different podcast. Rebel of Thrones. Okay, so with that in mind, open up your app, go to the box office challenge, and what's gonna be the number one movie? Had a few beers today.
You don't say.
Yep.
Oh, that's spectacular.
Dun, dun. Are we ready?
I was ready before you even said start typing.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Ooh.
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 Didn't give me a lot of room there, Mark.
I just went against last week.
You should have just gone 30 million and just be done with it. Because that would have left him with no room.
Yeah.
So Chris is going 29.913. Mark is going 35.3. And I'm going with 45.738.
You did not say what movie we went for.
Zootopia, sorry.
There you go.
Yes, all going with the Zootopia-ness, probably back-to-back-ness. Things that are coming out on the video this week, if you're curious, you got Victor Frankenstein, In the Heart of the Sea, the Peanuts movie, which is very quick to...
No, Soul is in the Heart of the Sea.
Yeah, really, really quick to that stuff. And if you're a Ricky Blue fan, the final season is coming to DVD. The only other thing we are going to talk about today, and I have a feeling it might last a little while, is the new Ghostbusters trailer.
Oh.
So, I've seen a lot of different things. If you haven't seen this trailer, please go watch it. You haven't seen it?
I don't want to see it. I've heard so many bad things.
You know what? You should watch it, and I'll give you it's kind of like a me and Lindsay theory. I think I started the thought process and she finished it, and it's I think if this is the plot of the movie, I'm in. But I don't know
Well, Ian at work was telling me how the trailer makes it kind of like the tone is like childish kind of movie, but there are some like nods to the original
So
Ghostbusters.
the first thing you see when the trailer starts is 30 years ago, four
Yeah.
scientists saved New York. Which
Yeah.
one is absolutely incorrect?
Because it was 3 scientists.
Yeah.
It was 3 scientists and Ernie
Yeah,
Hudson.
Winston, and somebody who wanted a paycheck.
Yeah, that's right. If it has a steady paycheck, I'll believe anything you tell me.
Yeah.
So this
That
job
right-
isn't
right-
worth $11,500 a year. I can't believe that's all he got paid.
1985.
Yeah.
84.
84. Sorry.
Anyways, so here's the plot that because it's in the trailer they say so they acknowledge that the original movie happened. That's
Yeah, in the trailer they do.
they acknowledge that this is part of the same universe. So they
Okay, so do they actually?
Do they actually say it's the same verse, or is it just
So-
saying, "Hey"?
Yeah. This is where I'm getting.
why would you put that in the trailer if you're not going to
So-
acknowledge it in the movie?
to sell a movie?
No. If you're rebooting,
But yes.
if
Fine.
you're rebooting and this is a whole new thing, then this is a whole new thing, then you don't acknowledge it at all.
Right. So here's my problem. If it's the same universe and it's 30 years later,
Yeah.
why are we pretty much reinventing everything?
Well, because
Like the entire trailer I felt happened pretty much the same frickin' way as the original movie.
but maybe they're doing that on purpose. Like maybe that's part of the like they're trying to get you to be like, "Oh yeah, it's just like the old Ghostbusters." And
Yeah, but
maybe
don't
the similarities end there. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
So they in the trailer it says someone's created a device to amplify paranormal activity. So I said to Lindsay as I'm watching this trailer, I'm like, oh, I have a really bad feeling that like Venkman's gonna be the bad guy. And she's like, no, I'll do you one better. And I'm like, okay, let's hear it. So the person who, because it doesn't make sense for Venkman, he was barely a scientist, right?
Right.
So it's not Venkman, it's Ray. And Ray is creating this device because Egon died, and he wants to talk to his buddy Egon.
Right.
So he creates this device to like amplify so he can talk to his friend and shit goes crazy.
Well, I already know Dan Aykroyd's going to be in the film.
Right.
That's
So
no difference.
this could be a possible plot line. And if that's the plot, I'm actually okay with it.
I don't know. You're not selling me.
Oh, I'm not trying to sell you. I'm still gonna go. I'm gonna go see it in the theater. I'll for sure see it.
Opening night,
Yep.
pre-sale tickets.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go opening night too.
Why
For the
not?
podcast.
Yep. For the podcast. Ding. Why is that still dinging? Stop
Oh,
your
fuck.
what?
Apparently my computer is too slow and it stopped recording.
How long ago?
I don't know.
Well, good thing YouTube's recording, and I don't have a delay.
God damn it.
You can like stitch it in.
Oh, whatever. I'll just
Rip
download
it
the
from
YouTube one. Yep.
YouTube's- Yeah.
There you go.
That noise.
There you go. YouTube backup.
Back.
So, I don't hate it. I don't hate anything that I saw in it. I don't particularly like any of it.
Yeah, it seemed very weird and similar.
Right.
Like
and
things that were different were like the multiple guns.
right. Yeah, that was weird.
That was a little strange, although interesting.
Sure.
You know, like we don't have to. You can kind of show like it's been 30 years. We can upgrade this shit,
Right.
right? But at the same time, I feel like they just reinvented the proton pack
Right.
instead of finding the proton packs.
and upgrading from there.
right?
We're looking at the schematics or whatever.
Maybe they did, and they're just showing us. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not wowing people.
No, definitely not.
No, it's definitely not wowing people. I mean, I think it's gonna be. I hope it's gonna be good. Like, they're just calling this Ghostbusters 2, right? Like, they're not calling it Ghostbusters 3,
Right?
or anything after that. It's just Ghostbusters.
Right.
So, do we think Hemsworth is gonna play like a relevant role?
Oh, he's going to be as relevant as Janine was.
You think, or do you
Yeah.
think he's gonna be bigger than that?
No. No, they want he's going to be the secretary. The whole thing's completely gender bent, which is, it's cool.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Because if you're going to do it, do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just don't like the director being like, oh, well, I wanted to make the funniest Ghostbusters possible, and these are the 4 funniest people I could get right now. And it's like, no, like, don't lie to me. Just say we wanted to do an all-girl Ghostbusters. We thought it would be cool, and that's what we're doing. Like, fucking own it. Don't be shitty about it. So,
And it doesn't need to be the funniest thing out there.
It just has to be a good movie.
Like,
Make it a good movie.
Yes, the original Ghostbusters was funny, but it was.
Is it the funniest comedy of all time?
No, I mean, like, it was pretty serious when it happened too. Like, it wasn't just a comedy movie. It was your fantasy adventure movie. Like, it wasn't.
It has some scary moments, like Dana with the fridge scene.
Yeah.
yeah. When the hand comes out of the couch and just grabs her boob.
Yeah.
Like,
Cop and a feel. So we think that you think that Ray's gonna be the bad guy.
well, he's going to be the guy that created the device.
Right.
And it's because he wants to talk to Egon, who's dead, which I think is like, Lindsay said it, and I'm like, I'm tearing up just thinking about that being the motivation.
And that would be a nice,
Right?
nice toss
Right? It
out,
would be nice. Yes, it would be nice.
Errol. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I'm looking at the credited cast for the movie, and everybody but Egon is in it. Like, Ernie's there,
Yeah.
Dan's there, Bill's there, Sigourney's there, and Chris Hemsworth has the first name.
Huh. Weird.
Now I don't know whether that's because it's alphabetical. I don't know,
Maybe.
but it's him, then Kristen Wiig, Melissa McCarthy, Kate McKinnon, and then the Chinese delivery man, Benny. Weird. I have hopes. I have high hopes for this, but I'm scared at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope she's gonna be good, but I'm scared. I'm a little scared. Anybody else have any thoughts?
Nah, I think we've discussed this enough.
Well, sometimes it's weird how similar reboots are sometimes good, sometimes bad. You look at Star Wars, how a lot of people compared this one to the original ones, and hey, it's super similar, but hey, everyone loved Force Awakens.
Yes.
So it might happen for this. I'm not
True.
saying it will, but
No, you're right. Yeah,
That's
you're right. I think the beauty of what the Force Awakens did is it makes it a reboot, right? Takes this pretty much the same story, very similar story, but makes it fresh.
Mm-hmm.
With gender bending things, so there is a whole parallel we could make between the two. Is Ghostbusters going to be as good as The Force Awakens?
I don't think so. But
No.
Well, I don't think the original Ghostbusters was as good as A New Hope was.
it definitely wasn't nominated for Best Picture. So yeah,
No. Yeah, definitely not.
So
Okay, well, you've segued me very well, actually,
This is what I'm trying to do.
That was fantastic. So let's get the countdowns out of the way.
Get the countdown.
So episode 8 will be out in 644 days, and Rogue One, a Star Wars story, will be out in 278 days.
And if you can't wait for the podcast every week, you can go to the cinematicinquisition.com.
Yep.
And the 2 countdowns are right there for you.
And just so you know, if you're watching us live on YouTube right now and you're like, wow, those days don't match up, I actually say when it is for when the episode goes live, for when the podcast goes live. So,
I realized that weeks ago.
Maybe I should cover my mouth when I say it, and then we can and then we can edit it in later. So there's been a little bit of news this week on the Star Wars front.
Do tell.
So Mark Hamill was giving an interview, and accidentally said, well, not accidentally, he says, Daisy is incredible, so genuine, appealing, lovable, she beams, she has wonderful charisma, I adore her. She's my daughter's age, and that's how I relate to her. So quickly everyone's like, whoa, and then he's like, I don't mean anything by that, you know, as actors, that's how I relate to that. So did he let it slip, or I don't know.
Or is this just Disney going, let's just fuck with people?
I mean, I don't know. I think it's a foregone conclusion anyways.
Yeah.
But, okay, so the other bits, there's more pictures from the set in Croatia, which look cool. And then there is allegedly some speculation about what the title might be. I think both of these are fake, but I'm going to throw it out there anyways. So the first one, Star Wars, Tale of the Jedi Temple.
Lame.
Which, see, the problem I have with the titles of The Force Awakens, especially, because all the other movies were kind of like, they were like throwback titles.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, Attack of the Clones. You know, like they had like this throwback feel. Force Awakens has no throwback feel at all. And if it's Tale of the Jedi Temple, also not throwback. And I'm not a fan of it. If it has something to do with the Jedi Temple, then okay, that's, I guess. And the other one floating around is the Order of the Dark Side, which I think there's no way it's going to be that.
That's kind of too long.
Star Wars Episode 8, The Order of the Dark Side.
No. There's no episodes anymore. Like, that episode thing was only... The only reason they pushed that episode thing so much for episodes 1, 2, and 3 is they wanted the dumb people to realize that, oh, these are before what you've already seen, right? Like, they don't need to do that anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like the old days when it was just A New Hope.
Star Wars
yeah. Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi.
Indiana Jones, right?
Or exactly like Indiana Jones.
Star Raiders of Lost Ark wasn't even Indiana Jones.
That's right.
Yeah.
For the dumb people, is this an Indiana Jones movie? I don't know.
No, it's Raiders of Lost Ark, dummy.
Yeah. So that's it for Star Wars news this week, I think.
Oh, there
was another thing about the maybe having a gay character.
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought that was we were going to talk about as well.
Oh, no, go ahead, because I remember reading it, but I don't remember the gist.
So it's just, I'm pretty sure, I don't know anything for fact, but there's potential that there might be a main character that is of the LGBT community, if you say. And people are speculating that it could be Luke Skywalker.
Well, Mark Hamill said...
Well, then that throws a monkey wrench into my friggin' theory.
Not necessarily.
No, he responded to a tweet to someone asking on Luke's sexuality, and then he answered pretty much by saying, Luke is what you want him to be.
Right.
He can be gay. It's how you view him. Because they don't really address it. And Oscar Isaac even came up, mentioned in an article or an interview saying that even his character might be the one who's coming out.
Right. Which that wouldn't surprise me either. So, and does it matter?
No.
Exactly. Does it matter? No. It shouldn't matter.
So,
but
Cool.
It's a big deal.
Cool.
Cool beans.
Which makes sense.
One other piece, a small piece. I know we don't really cover TV too much on this, but it is Star Wars related. The most recent episode of Star Wars Rebels. If you watch the show and haven't watched the episode yet, plug your ears, turn this off, skip 30 seconds, whatever. Yoda tells Ezra to go to Malachor, or to find Malachor. Malachor is a planet from Knights of the Old Republic for Darth Revan, and then it's all tied into that. So there's a very good chance that they're going to turn Old Republic into canon.
Oh,
Which is good for everything. So there's a good chance, or they're gonna borrow it and turn it into,
They're gonna pick and choose what they want.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, it makes sense because it's BioWare who made that anyways. BioWare's attached to EA. EA has the exclusive license for Star Wars games, so it all makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Sweet.
yep.
I like it. So 644 days.
Yep.
Long time to wait. I don't know
Yep.
if you do.
We'll make
there are
it.
other
Don't
movies in between there.
worry. Tons of movies in between there.
Yeah, there's a couple coming out.
There's a couple in a couple of weeks. Then there's this Avengers like fighting each other kind of movie deal going on.
There's this
Yeah.
There's this little movie called Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice that's coming out. Totally didn't realize it was Easter weekend. My bad. And,
Totally.
So what's are we still going to watch that? I have no idea. What's
you
going on.
figured it out yourselves.
Oh,
I'm
we
out.
have to get our own tickets.
I already
said-
got tickets.
Yeah.
Oh,
I said
Sorry.
get your
Damn it.
I totally, Mark. I apologize. I'm an asshole. I'm such an asshole.
by myself then.
Because I'm just like, oh yeah, I gotta get the tickets, and did it. So, because I didn't want to wait any longer, and I
no.
totally forgot. I'm sorry.
Do it now. Do it now. Do it now.
I was under the impression you already bought the tickets, but you couldn't go, and then you had to give your ticket up to someone else.
Oh no, I didn't buy the tickets. I would have let you know that I bought the tickets, and you guys would have had to figure out somebody else to go with. But Katie and I will be going to see that weekend as well. So I
Okay,
will be
well, at least
talking
you're gonna
about
see it.
Yeah, I will see it. We're
Okay,
gonna go see it. Just family shits. People are coming down to us this Easter.
Damn.
It's weird. We usually go, but people are coming to us.
Forgot. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And Easter is coming early.
Yeah, it's really early this year.
In March, so I got confused.
Yeah. So the other important thing that was announced this week, I know we talked about it before, but it's coming out on Force Awakens is coming out on Blu-ray on April 5th.
April 5th.
April 5th.
Not May 4th.
No, April 5th, and the digital comes out like 4 days earlier, which is dumb. Because originally I had read it was coming out like
Or is it an April Fool's joke?
March 15th. No, I don't think it is.
You don't think so? People, that would be hilarious if it was.
Would be. Haha, surprise! You gotta wait another 3 months.
The internet would break.
I would kill people.
The internet would break for sure. Give you an update on the all-time worldwide Star Wars Force Awakens numbers.
Yep. It's not gonna
2 billion, 52 million.
It's not gonna pass Titanic.
It's not gonna get it.
You know what? Hold on. There is a possibility, and I think what they need to do. Here's what they need to do.
What's that?
They need to re-release it in theaters like a month before Episode 8 comes out,
Yeah.
and then that'll get maybe some juices flowing to get it over the hump.
Yeah. I'd go see it again.
Yep. Lindsay would be like, "You already saw it 4 times." Blah.
And you own it twice on
And
Blu-ray.
That's right. You got 6 different copies of it.
You got all the different inserts. Oh.
Yep.
All right. Is that it for this week?
I think it is.
Good. All right. Many of you may have remembered a little podcast an episode that we did back in August of last year. So that's August of 2015. and we did a movie. We talked to a guy who wrote, directed, produced a movie called Live Love. He was looking for money at the time. He was doing an Indiegogo campaign. He has made the movie.
Nice.
Yes, very nice. And he has actually, not going to, has sent us a screener.
Ooh.
Sweet.
So when we figure out when we're going to get him on, his name is Rob Levy. We're going to get him on, and we're going to talk to him again. And that week's episode of After Credits will be his movie.
Nice.
So once we figure out when we're going to get him on again to have a little chat, we will watch his movie and we'll discuss it at that point. So I will deal with that, but stay tuned for that. Live Love. He is submitting to the festivals currently, so you might see it at your local film festival if you have a local film festival like we do in Toronto for TIFF. So that is pretty cool. He is in and around New York, so look for it around there. Other than that, thanks for listening for this week, and we will catch you next time. Guess I don't need to hit pause or stop,
No.
eh?
No.
No.
There are no good seats. Everything's up front.
Everything's at the front. Why is my computer slow? What is wrong with you, computer?
Because you touch yourself at night.
Oh, man.
You shouldn't do that. God's watching.
Oh, and that just leads us right into the next thing we're talking about.
Yes, God is watching. And so instead you must, I'm not even going to finish that.
Don't.
Not even going to finish it.
Wow.
Not even going to finish it. Alright, well, we're still on the YouTube, so you can just go.
Just go.
You can just
Just
go.
just go.
Just go with it, man.
Just go. Just go with it, man. Get it going.
Are you going to be able to...
Here, Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What happens?
I've hit record again, so I
Okay.
will hopefully keep this part, but I will need to download the other
The
thing.
YouTube audio.
The YouTube audio. Welcome everyone to the Cinematic Inquisition After Credits edition. We are doing this week Spotlight.
We are doing this week's Spotlight.
Yes.
Very awkward sentence.
I talk good today.
You do. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, man.
I'm proud of you.
We've got Mark Bunn in studio who has not watched the movie, so he probably will just sit silently.
No, I'm just trying to get tickets for the movie.
Yeah, so he, again, sitting silently.
He is sitting silently.
And in Studio B is Chris Taylor.
What
did watch
is
the movie.
up? I did watch it. I watched it this afternoon.
And I watched it just before this recording.
Ooh, so we're fresh.
Fresh in the mind. It is
Perfect.
fresh. I didn't get all the way through it, but I've got the gist of
Oh, what? No wonder we started late.
Hey now. I got a crazy dog too.
What? Okay, so let me ask you, how
Yeah.
far did you get?
When your doppelganger, Mark Ruffalo,
Right.
does he gets the public documents.
Oh, geez, you still had...
About half an hour.
Yeah, you still had a bit to go.
Yeah.
Chris, just interject. Where are you sitting?
Oh,
What time?
the 7 o'clock on the mark this down, Tyler, and just edit this out, and I'll find out here. Nah, fucking warts and all, right?
Keep it in, man.
Warts and all. I got row H. We're on the aisle, like the left aisle.
Oh, okay. No, there's nothing available for that, but the 10-20 show will have something in H, but 13-14. I might just take that.
Okay. Do it, take it. Because you're not going to get any better than that.
No.
Alright.
And you're a night owl anyway.
Yeah, I'm taking kids, so that's why I wanted to go to the early one. Damn kids. Okay, so this movie was very good.
So before we get into it, if you don't know what this movie is about,
Right.
You've probably been sleeping under a rock.
Right, because it did just win Best Picture last week.
It did just win Best Picture last week, and the events happened back in 2001. Well, the story, the
yes,
Boston Globe brought the story to light in 2001.
2002. It was the beginning of 2002.
It's when they started investigating, anyway.
Right.
Back then, because the 9/11 happened in the movie.
Right.
So
it was that was an interesting thing that I didn't even think was gonna like play in, like how 9/11 like caused them to like take more than 6 weeks out of the investigation, and
which is crazy.
Yeah, and then
it makes total sense.
Yeah, absolutely, because that's what you have to cover. You have to cover 9/11. It was the hugest. It was the biggest news event. That's the biggest news event I could think of happening in my whole life.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else that's happened in my whole 36 years that is more important than 9/11. Or had more of an impact.
You might get another one in November of this year.
Oh, when Hillary Clinton wins?
Or Trump.
Trump's not going to win.
He's not going to win the general election. No.
There's no way. There's no way. Anyways, again, this is not a political podcast. Let's talk about priests diddling little boys.
Yes. Priests, diddling little boys. Yeah.
Diddling little boys.
Oh, diddly.
So, and in the movie, they quote there's a guy who's spent 30 years of his professional psychiatric life studying priests who diddle children.
Yeah.
Not just boys.
And he said that it's 6% of all priests.
And in Boston, there are 1,500 priests at this time. There were 1,500 priests.
Which isn't that long ago. This is only 15 years ago.
That means 90 priests were diddling children.
Yeah. And that's
wild.
They came up with, I think they came up with a list of 87 possible.
87 names.
And they had 70 confirmed.
Yeah, they had
multiple confirmation.
They had books that tell you where the priests were at certain points. Like every year, they told you like this priest is here, 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 and a bunch of them had leave of absence, sick leave, unassigned. When the
dude found out the address of the one like rehabilitation center was like
it was
around the corner from where he lived, like that part was
on his fridge saying,
"Kids,
stay the fuck away from
don't go near this house." Yeah,
like it's wild to see what happens, and like when Rachel McAdams, her character goes to the one priest's house and she leaves, it's right across the street from a school.
Yeah.
Like an elementary school.
Yeah. So there were some things I liked about the movie, but there was one glaring thing that I thought was weird.
Yeah.
They made it, now again, it's real, it's based on real life, but they made it seem like they were going to have huge blowback from the church. And it never happened. Like, there was never people coming to talk to them. It was just, like, his buddy, and then, like, Michael Keaton's buddy, and then, there was never that... Because I was expecting, like, oh, they're going to, like, throw a brick through a window. Like, something stupid like that, right? There was nothing like that. It was just kind of like... Yeah. They just... And it's funny because they alluded to it. Like, it just felt like it was gonna happen. And it never did.
But
so...
You want to think that... then there was the one, like, the clerk that said... but for the public documents part, like, he said, these are sealed. You can't have these.
Yeah.
So he had to go to a judge to actually get them because they weren't sealed. They were actually public.
Yeah.
But I don't know whether they left it out on purpose because they didn't want to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They didn't want to.
Yeah.
Like they want to tell the story, but they don't want to show you what the church actually did.
Right. Well, and again, maybe the church didn't do anything. Maybe
Maybe not. Maybe they did. Maybe
like
they did.
at the end, the cardinal who was in charge of
Cardinal
Boston.
Law, which is
Yeah,
hilarious.
Cardinal Law. Yes, stepped down right after all the stuff came out. So,
They wanted to. So the new guy, the new editor, comes in. Schreiber
yeah,
played it. He comes in and he wants the system to go down,
right.
not
Because
a specific priest or the cardinal. He wants the system to go down.
right, and there was another anecdote about, or no, sorry, it wasn't an anecdote. So that guy, Cardinal Law, when he stepped down, he ended up moving to the Vatican itself, and he still holds like a really high rank in the Catholic Church.
Yeah, they just move him around.
They just move him around.
They keep doing it.
So and this is the thing, like it's disgusting that this is, and swept under the rug. And they said that they were paying these families like $20,000, like that was the payoff money.
That was the payoff. It was,
and all of it was like under the table and like not done through the courts. It was all like, and it was all NDAs and completely closed off. No one's allowed to talk about it.
Just a couple lawyers in a room, and you've got to sign this, and that's it. You're done. It's shocking.
Yeah.
Like to think how religious the U.S. is.
Well, in like Boston in particular.
But yeah, they're Irish.
Yeah.
But Boston in particular, but the whole of America.
But they
religious.
At the end, you see, you didn't make it to the end. So at the end, they showed a list. They're like, here's all the places where it's been proven that this stuff was going on, and it's like all over the world, Canada as well, Mexico, like everywhere. Like this is not just a U.S. thing. This is the whole world. Like this is
crazy.
It's a big problem.
And the sad part is, it's probably still going.
It's for sure still going.
So
I just think it's less. I don't know. I don't know. Is it handled any better now?
I don't. You know what?
Maybe.
I don't know. Kids will be kids, and they're always going to act the same. Like if you're growing up in the church,
yeah,
and a priest says something to you to say, "Go do this,"
right?
You're gonna do it.
And man, when those two guys, so Mark Ruffalo's talking to the one guy with the lawyer, and Rachel McAdams is talking to the other guy in the coffee shop, and then they go outside. And they're both like telling their story. Like those stories are so sad, like so incredibly sad, and it's like for these guys to like to take advantage of children that way, like that's disgusting. It's like it's actually disgusting, and it actually like made me really sad.
Oh, and like they're obviously, there's people out there that aren't priests that do this,
right? But that's the thing. Like these guys are priests. Like these guys, you especially like growing up Catholic, you're taught to trust these people.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like that's and like the one guy said, he's like, a priest takes notice of you. That's like God taking notice of you. It's the same in your head.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I grew up Catholic, and I went to elementary school, and
I was an altar boy. So
wild.
Exactly. So just.
It opens your eyes.
It really does. It really does.
You knew it was going on, but to know it's going on in that capacity is just so opening.
Exactly. So
it's like one of those movies that people have to watch just to get.
Just
to understand and get an idea, because there's no way of getting around it. Like, don't bury your head in sand. This needs to be learned. This needs to be watched. And there are so many films in the past that, have that same effect. Like for me personally, like The Killing Fields is one of those movies where people need to watch. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's something that happened. It's something that needs to be watched, and people need to learn like what's going on around them, and not just have their heads buried in the sand, because it's not going to do anybody any good.
Right. Yeah, just worry about what fucking Kanye and Kim are up to today.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
actually understand what's going on in the world you live in.
Yeah, let's do some real stuff here.
Yeah.
But
So,
whose performance was your favorite?
I mean, I understand why Mark Ruffalo was nominated.
Yeah.
I still don't think he was my favorite. I really liked Stanley Tucci's character.
Okay.
I thought he was really good. I liked Billy Crudup as well. He's looking old. Oh my god. I was like, oh my, because he comes on, like he comes in the room and I'm like, is that Billy Crudup? And I had to like actually look it up.
You had to Google it.
Yeah, because I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know, and yeah, he's not a golden god anymore.
No.
I stole that line from Lindsay. No, I really liked both their characters. I thought, man, I just love Michael Keaton so much.
Yeah, I really liked Michael Keaton.
He's so good. Liev Schreiber was good. Everybody was really good. Yeah, everybody was good. I thought. No, you know what? I didn't really have a problem with anybody, so I think they were all good. Like I said, Stanley Tucci, I really liked his character. I liked the way he came across. Yeah. Like, he only cared about the victims. That's all he cared about. He didn't care about anything else, only about these people.
Yeah, and it was crazy. It was just to go out there and to go, you know what? I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
But now that I know your spotlight.
Now that I know you're on the level.
Yeah, like, well, okay, we'll have a conversation. Now I'll get you this stuff, and but yeah, no, it was, him. That's the thing. Like, how do you pick one?
Right.
Everybody did such a good job.
Everybody was really good. Yeah.
It's just you can't. I couldn't pick one. But I think my favorite scene was that scene with Ruffalo, saying, "We need to print this now."
Oh yeah. That was good.
That scene for me was awesome.
I think the best scene, like, as much as it's a terrible scene, but when like I had mentioned earlier, the two people telling their story, it got to me. It did. It got to me. So I think that's my favorite scene, sort of. I don't know if you want to say favorite. That's a weird way to put it.
Made the most impact.
Right. Yeah. Definitely made the most impact.
Oh.
Yeah. What else you got?
Well, there's no least favorite performance because I liked everybody.
Yeah, and I was trying to think of that earlier. I can't think of anybody that was not good.
And as for a scene that was lacking, I don't really like.
You didn't see all the way to the end. I thought it kind of ended weird.
Okay.
It just kind of ended. Like, I mean, it ended good. It was good. Like, so they print the story.
Like, over.
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, do it.
Okay, so they print.
I will watch it anyway. So.
Right, so they print the story. They finally print the story.
Yeah.
And they're like, we want to run all those letters. You know, the letters they got, right?
Yes.
So they want to run all those letters. They're going to run them on the website. They'll put a link at the bottom, and then we're going to put a number at the bottom for anybody with tips or anything like that to call.
Sure.
So they go in. Mark Ruffalo and Michael Keaton go in right at the end, and the phones are ringing off the hook in their office, and it's people calling that line, and it's all victims calling. And so, and then it says throughout 2002, they wrote 600 articles.
Wow.
About this stuff, because all those people came forward after seeing it in the paper. So it's good. It was just like hey, we printed it, and then that's the end of the movie. You know what I mean? Like, there wasn't...
Right.
I don't know why I expected anything else, but it just felt like it was, like, done.
And... Okay, that's it.
Yeah. Again, I because they had built it up so much, I was expecting there to be a fallout.
Right.
And there wasn't one, so...
Or there's still... Nothing happened with the church, or...
Right, they didn't send the church.
Nothing's happened,
They
right?
didn't send the church mafia to come break some legs or anything. That's what I was expecting. So,
It's still so crazy to me that
yep. It is crazy.
it's so crazy. All right,
So, all right. What are we watching next week, Tyler?
let's watch something a little lighthearted, shall we?
I think so.
Or, is there something else
Kind
that
of
we
heavy.
can watch that's a little lighthearted? I didn't pick anything.
I didn't pick anything.
Creed came out last week.
Did it?
It did
All right, we can do Creed.
on the video. Do you want to watch Creed? Let's watch Creed.
All right.
Good. Watched it, so.
Hey,
Hey,
Mark's in the conversation.
Yeah.
let's watch Creed next week, and I'll actually do some homework and figure out the next movie right away.
Perfect.
So yeah, we will watch Creed next week. Feel free to watch it with us and send us your thoughts on the Twitters, Cine Inquisition, Facebook, or search us Cinematic Inquisition. Podcast at cinematicinquisition.com is our email address to email us. Let us know, and we will catch you next time.